What's up, guys? It's Ricardo, junkguysdfw.net, and I am on a train today. This morning is training tips. It is actually Thursday morning, guys, and I want to tell you that I'm heading from Fort Worth to Dallas, and I'm starting out my day with a training tip because, again, I'm on a train. Let's talk about an experience that I had. This is an experience of a customer not wanting to pay full price. So we're gonna get into the story right now. We had an incident, guys, and that's why I'm doing this training tip video, because I want you to realize that people make mistakes. Even though I'm a veteran in junk removal, I've been doing this for over 12 years. I made a bad mistake by damaging a person's home, okay? Now here's the incident, how it played out, so I'll explain what happened. Me and George went into a home to do a piano removal. Now, just to let y'all know, we only charge $200 for any piano removal and haul off that we can dispose. And here's what happened on this incident. Let me scoot up my camera so you can see a little better. All right, here we go. Well, I want to talk about the incident and exactly what happened in this incident. As we were going into the house, we met this guy. He opened the door. He was about 6'9". He looked like he played for the Mavericks. But as we walk in, we get to his piano. We can tell it was a big piano. It weighed about 500 pounds. As we move it outside his home, there is one step outside the house, the first step, and it's about this big. It goes from down, and then you can go outside. We are outside the front door. We're on the brick, and as we move it off the brick, we chip one of the bricks, and a piece of brick falls off that's about this big. Okay, so on the edge, the stairs like this, so you come out this way and then it goes down, and we broke off this piece of edge of brick. And I'm telling you, about this much of the brick fell. We were able to put it back, but the owner was not satisfied with that. As a matter of fact, here's how he tricked us and he got us. So I want you to learn this from our mistake, because I should have charged them in advance, and I made that mistake not to charge them in advance. But here's what happened, guys. This guy, we moved the piano. He did notice that we damaged the brick. As a matter of fact, as I'm pulling the brick, I look over the shoulder, because I was pulling the piano this way, so I was facing him, and the house was that way, so we moved it out of the house this way. As I'm facing him, I notice, and I look over, because George was on this side, so I had to scoot over to the right, and I noticed that he has bent down, he's bent over, and he's putting the brick in place. And I told George, and I whispered to him, I said, dude, this guy's not going to want to pay. Anyway, we managed to get the 500 or 600 pound piano out of the house. We rolled it down into the street, and now we're on the curb. We take it off the curb into the trailer, and we load it. He comes out, and this is what the guy says to me. He comes out and he goes, here's 20 bucks for you and $20 for you. And I turned around and said, okay. I said, sir, are you? And he said, I'll Venmo you the rest of the money. He said, I'll Venmo you the rest of the money. I said, oh, okay, no problem. So I'm like, okay, I guess he let us slide. The reason he did that was he was honestly setting us up. He had no intention of paying the $200 for the piano removal. And he ended up texting me and saying, hey, what are we going to do about the brick? And that's exactly when I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna lose $200. And I knew it. I was at 100% that I'm going to lose the $200. So psychologically in my head, I was thinking already, okay, I'm not gonna let this slide. Try to get the whole amount of the money. I said, sir, I text him back, and I said, sir, I apologize. And while I'm texting, I said, wait, hold on. Why am I texting him? Pick up the phone and call this guy. And that's what I did. Instead of texting, because he had texted me, you know, he had texted me, hey, what are we gonna do about this brick? And I was like, oh man. And that's when I said, you know what, I'll text him back. I'm gonna text him because he texts me. But then I said to myself, you know what, not text him, pick up the phone and call. I said, excuse me, sir, what's the problem? He goes, well, you damaged the brick, and I was about to Venmo you the $200, but then I started thinking, why am I going to Venmo you? Why am I gonna pay you if you damage my property? And I said, well, sir, how much do you think you should pay us? And he said, 100. I said, sir, it's one brick. And he said, yeah, but are y'all gonna fix it? And I said, no, we have no intentions of fixing it. He said, then I don't have any intentions to pay you $200. I think the damage is less than $100. I said, you're gonna subtract $100. You saw us haul this 500. I said, you know what? This is what I told him. I said, you saw us haul off this 500 pound piano out of your house, and you know we struggled to get it on the truck. How about this? How about I do this? We will return the $20 that you gave us as tips each. That's 40 bucks. And I will give you the piano back, and you don't have to pay us nothing. We won't lose anything, but I will give you the tip back. That's not a problem. He said, no, no, no. He said, you already took it out of my house. I said, sir, I can leave it in the alley. I have no problem with that. And he said, I will give you $100 if you want to do it. Now, I had already drove off. I was bluffing at this point. I wasn't going to give it to him. I wanted the full price. And I said, okay, and here's where my negotiation tactics. So this is negotiation tactics. I want to explain to you what I started doing right now. Now I'm thinking, hey, I've got to try to get as much as I can. So I said, okay, you know what, sir? How about we do this? How about we do this? How about we meet halfway? You want to pay me 100. I want you to pay 200. Let's pay 150. And this is what the guy said. He said, well, I've already given you $40. I said, no, sir, you tipped us 40 bucks. And I gave the other $20 to him, and I kept $20. And the guy says, well, here's what I'll do. I'll give you 130 because I tipped you 20 bucks. At this point, I was furious. I was so pissed that I honestly wouldn't mind giving them piano back. And I was thinking of turning around, and I explained to George, this is what was happening. We're getting screwed on this piano. And the guy ended up, get this shit, the guy ended up Venmoing me $100 for the whole removal of a piano. So yes, we lost out on this deal. We ended up getting 140, but honestly, I got 120 on my pocket on a $200 job for damaging a piece of property at this guy's house. Guys, I'm telling you, if y'all all know, if you go to the store and you buy a brick, it might be what, $2, $3 for a brick, and then to fix the brick and put it on there, I guess you could pay someone 20 bucks to do it, $30 to do it. I don't know exactly how much it is, but this brick was a piece of brick fell off, not the whole brick. You know, you easily can put fake cement on that brick, push it back, put a piece of duct tape on it, and then let it just, you know, stick to it, and then take the duct tape off the next day, and you have a brand new brick you'll never notice. But this guy never had intentions to pay me full price. So I want to tell y'all this, and this is a training tip, and this is a tip. Never underestimate your customer of the reality that damaging a person's house is going to cost you money. It is going to cost you money, and it cost me 100 bucks. But also realize that when you do damage it, try to, and this is a bad thing, try to hide it and try to eliminate doing any damage to the house. But when you do it, don't admit to it, because that's what happened to us. We actually admitted that we damaged the brick. He looked down. When I looked down, he looked down, and I was like, damn it, he got us. I don't recommend lying to the customer, but if you can avoid not telling the customer that you damaged, that's what I would recommend. It's not the great recommendation, but listen, sometimes things are going to happen. Sometimes things are going to happen, and damaging a brick is not a reason to call your insurance company. So I'll just let you know. So there's another tip right there. But this tip is more about how to negotiate with the customer after damaging his property, and that's what I did. I ended up negotiating with the guy and getting money, because he was not going to pay $200. Honestly, I don't even think he was going to pay me $100, but we ended up getting $140 from him after I negotiated with him. Because seriously, I think what he was going to try to do actually was, since he gave us 40 bucks, is only pay us $60 more. Can you believe that? But I ended up getting the whole full 100 bucks from it, and we ended up losing the job, but we made some money. So there's something at it, but we made some kind of money anyway. You know. Anyway, guys, that's the training tip for today, guys, is try to avoid damaging people's houses, but actually, honestly, don't give up. Even though you damaged it, tell them you apologize, you didn't mean to do it, you're a small business during COVID time, you're just trying to make money. And see if people understand, because most of the time these people make good money and they can't afford to call you. They can't afford to pay you, but they don't want to. So there you go, guys. Don't forget, guys, if you like these videos, subscribe over there to the right side. On the left side, check out my other videos, and if you enjoy these training tips, well, there's a lot of them right behind this one too. I gotta go, because actually the next stop is my stop, and I'm going to work, and I might edit a video so y'all can see it later. Bye-bye, guys.